moment we tell you about these woke adverts and adventures of people going woke, and we often say, will they go broke or will it be a big mistake for them? Well, guess what? One we featured recently has turned out to be just that. But who? Hi, morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. And as ever, as I often say, I do kind of get as annoyed with you about all this wokeness that's around, particularly when it's just box ticking, you know, that sort of stuff. It really doesn't help you, the customer, or in fact the image of the brand. Now, we recently saw this particular company deciding to go all woke, but making huge mistakes. But as ever, it's going to be you that ends up paying. What is it? Well, we're talking about the supermarket giant retail emporium, John Lewis. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago now, I told you about their infamous advert with the boy in the dress who went around smashing all the house up? You remember that one? And basically, John Lewis at the time actually had to defend the advert by putting out a press release. Can you imagine? Basically explaining what it was about and why it was such a good thing. Well, the problems for John Lewis are now this. As ever, they didn't do their due diligence, and that's all because, of course, they were selling home insurance. You couldn't make this stuff up. Now, it appears that even though this kid was allowed to trash the house, daub the walls with paint while wearing a dress and lipstick, how very woke. Yes, interestingly, their home insurance, John Lewis that is, the one behind the campaign, doesn't cover that sort of damage. I know, and so now, basically they've had to pull the ad. But here's where you'll end up paying, because the ad company that got paid thousands to create this particular ad, oh yes, they get to keep their huge fee because they'd actually achieved apparently what John Lewis had set out to want to achieve from their angle. So consequently, that huge cost of thousands of pounds with the production, the camera crew, the actors, and of course the TV advertising space will all be passed on to guess who? That's right, you. And as John Lewis famously say, they're never knowingly undersold. But you are. Neil Sean, London.